All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here toiling in this truth. I'm Pathaka Moth, GMS Dallas, and I'm coming back at you with another quick hit lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawashi Yahawashi. I think I'm going to entitle this one "Fulfillment of Prophecies Are Not Yet Accomplished, Therefore the Laws Are Not Done Away With." Because we can go through the scriptures all day long, dealing with these Christians, man, and just cut them up, proving that the laws are not done away with, because they're not, man. Judges 5 and 11 tells us to rehearse the righteous acts, man. You know what I'm saying? In the captivities, in our captivity. So in the place of drawing water, which is captivity. You know what I'm saying? So those righteous acts are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, man. And of course we know that the laws, the laws won't save us, and we don't teach that the laws will save us, but we do teach that we are to keep the laws to the best of our ability, man. Those that you can keep, man. Of course, we know this place is set up for us not to be able to keep the laws perfectly, man. So we don't teach that, and we don't teach that the laws are going to save us, man, because we know that salvation is going to come by way of Yahawashi, faith in Yahawashi, faith in Yahawashi, Yahawashi, and Yahawashi being that deliverer, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but just dealing with these Christians, man, because in the process of dealing with them, proving that the laws are not done away with, we of course come to this scripture that you see on the screen in Matthew the 5th chapter. And when we bring this scripture out, these Christians love to try to go here, try to think they understand what this scripture is talking about, and they think that it actually backs them, their theory of the fact that the laws are done away with, which is a total farce and lie, man. You know what I'm saying? Which that just goes into the fact that they have no true understanding of the scriptures and what they're reading, man. You know what I'm saying? And they, as a matter of fact, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring this out and just kind of go into it. This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17, and it reads, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." So when we go here, of course, this is red letters. So this is the Messiah speaking, Yahawashi being his biblical Hebrew name, whom the world ignorantly refers to as Jesus Christ, his true name being Yahawashi. This is him speaking. It's red letters. So he's speaking here. And he said, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law." So right there, these Christians love to, and the unlearned love to run to Paul, thinking that Paul is telling them that they can eat pork and do all these different things that they do, these wicked acts that they perform, and that they keep, man, which they just have no understanding of Paul. Paul is not telling them that. They don't understand Paul's writings. His writings are hard to be understood to the unlearned and them that wrestle with his writings, man, to their own destruction, as Apostle Peter brings out, and I believe it's in First Peter, the 3rd chapter, 1st or 2nd Peter 3 and I believe 15 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. But the Apostle Peter goes into it, Paul's writings. But then you have to ask them, well, who are you going to put your faith and belief in? Apostle Paul? Even though that's not what Apostle Paul was saying. Apostle Paul is not condoning their wickedness, man. He's not telling them that the laws are done away with. They just don't understand his writings. But if that were the case, if Apostle Paul was going off, who are you going to roll with? You going to roll with Apostle Paul, or you going to roll with the Messiah, man? I'm going to put my money on what the Messiah said, man. And the Messiah just told you right here, Matthew 17, 5 and 17, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law." So that right there tells you that you have a misunderstanding of what Paul was saying when he says the ordinances were got nailed to the cross, man. I believe that's in Colossians, if I'm the book of Colossians, if I'm not mistaken. But reading on, it says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. So the things in the prophets that are written in the prophets, also he's letting you know he's not coming to destroy those things, man. So that means these things are relevant, man. The Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah, Ezekiel, all the prophets, Micah, Hosea, all the prophets are Zephaniah, Zechariah, all of the prophets, man. They're all relevant, man. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So when they get here to this part where it says, but to fulfill, they think that means that everything is done. Well, everything isn't done, man. So and he did come to fulfill, which he did. But what did he come to fulfill? What was fulfilled is the question that should be asked. What was fulfilled? Because I'm going to read on verse 18. For verily or truly I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise or no way pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So that tells you right there, everything is not fulfilled, man. You know what I'm saying? He came to fulfill, but all has not been fulfilled, man. First of all, he hasn't returned. That's part of the fulfillment, man. You know what I'm saying? And these Christians, man, these unlearned idiots just have no idea, man. But it says he came to fulfill. So what did he fulfill when he came? When he did come? You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let's find out. Let's find out what he fulfilled, man. This is Acts chapter 3. And verse 18. This is Acts 3 and 18. And it reads, but those things which the Most High before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets that Mashiach should suffer, he hath so fulfilled. So that's the fulfillment. That's the thing that he came to fulfill, that he fulfilled, man. He fulfilled his suffering, man. His being beaten and bruised and hung on the cross and crucified, man. Him coming as that sacrificial lamb, man. That's what was fulfilled. I'm going to read that again, Acts 3 and 18. But those things which the Most High before had showed by the mouth of all of his prophets that Mashiach should suffer, he hath so fulfilled. So that suffering is what he fulfilled, man. Those things that came along with that suffering of him being the sacrificial lamb and crucified, man. That's what has been fulfilled. That's what was fulfilled, man. So when we go back to Matthew 5 and 17, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. He did that. He came and fulfilled being that sacrificial lamb, that suffering, man. That's what got fulfilled. But as we read in the 18th chapter, for verily or truly I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise or way pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Till all be fulfilled, and all has not been fulfilled, man. There's still things that have to be fulfilled. As a matter of fact, when you read in Luke, the 24th chapter and verse 44, this is Luke 24 and verse 44, and it reads, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. This is why he said that he didn't come to destroy the law of the prophets, man, because he knew all things hadn't been fulfilled yet, man. You know what I'm saying? It says all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses. That's in the very beginning, the first 5 books, Genesis to Deuteronomy, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. You know what I'm saying? So there are things written in the all things have to be fulfilled that are written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms, man. So there's things that had not been fulfilled. So let's now I want to just go into a few of the let's go into these. Let's get one in the law of Moses that has not been fulfilled yet. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. And it reads, and Yahawashi said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger, man. That's in the law of Moses. This is just one prophecy that has not been fulfilled in the law of Moses. The elder, which is you Edomites, Esau was the elder, which is the progenitor of you Edomites, man. You so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. You know, you have to serve the younger, which is Jacob, which is Israel or Yasharallah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to serve them. You're going to be slaves to them, man. You know, this is in the beginning right here, which there's a scripture in Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10. This is Isaiah 46 and 10, and it reads, declaring the end from the beginning. So we're in Genesis, the heading, the beginning, you know, the first book of the Bible. And in the first book, it says that the elder shall serve the younger, man. So from the very beginning, man, it spoke of slavery, man. And you Edomites, you so-called self-proclaimed so-called white people going into slavery up under the Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So you have to serve them. That's an end time prophecy in the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? This has not been fulfilled yet, man. This is one of those things that we just read in Luke 24 and 44. All things must be fulfilled that are written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. But I'm going to continue to read this real quick. Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. That is not yet done, man. You know, that has to be fulfilled. That has to be done. In Genesis, the 25th chapter, in verse 23, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because the Most High says that, you know, his word does not come back to him void, but it will accomplish that whereto he sends it, you know, roughly paraphrasing, you know. So that's a fulfillment. When you go back to Genesis, Salakia, this has not been fulfilled yet. When you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, and verse 23, you know, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. That has to be fulfilled, man. So this is one of the things he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So this proves that the laws are not done away with. Okay, now let's get one in the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the prophets, in the book of the prophets. Let's get one in the book of the prophets, man. This is Isaiah chapter 11, and I'll start at verse 10. And it reads, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which is talking about Yahawashi, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, man. And that's talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. And his rest shall be glorious. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen. This has not happened yet. In that day that Yahawashi shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, the remnant, that elect, that small number, the 1/3 of his people, and they're prophesied, as a matter of fact, in Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Let me get that real quick, then I'll come back. Let me go to Isaiah, the 10th chapter, real quick, and let's get that remnant real quick. That's prophesied to return. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. And it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, the elect, the 1/3, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, escape what? The destruction, man, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. And that word stay means to rely upon or depend upon. Him that smote them, which is, who is that talking about? The self-proclaimed so-called white man. But shall stay upon Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, depend upon, you know, rely on, depend upon Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power, man. So that remnant is talking about the elect, the 1/3. That's what's going to return, man. So going back to Isaiah 11 and back in verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day, Yahawashi shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left of his people. Who is the Most High's people, man? As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1. This is Isaiah 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. You know, and there's verses you can go to where he actually says, my people Israel. You know, I believe like in Exodus and, you know, scriptures like that where he actually says, my people Israel. So the Israelites are the people of the Lord, man. You know, this is about Israel, man. And it, back in Isaiah 11 and 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahawashi shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, because we have been scattered, man. We have the Most High has always scattered the nation of Israel, you know, because the nation of Israel, first of all, are as the sands of the sea, man. You know what I'm saying? An innumerable amount of people. You really can't number them. It's too many. The nation is so vast. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to put them in one place in a captivity, man? You can't do it. It's too many people, you know? So the Most High had to make sure they were spread out, scattered, you know? So they got scattered. That's why he's going to, and he's always scattered them, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he's going to gather them from all of these different places, man. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, because Israel has been scattered among the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed, that scattering of Judah from the four corners of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Which lines up with scriptures like Matthew 24. Let me get it real quick. Matthew 24 and 31. This is Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, because they were scattered among these other nations, man. You know, when you read in places, scriptures like Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and verse 64. And Yahawashi shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So the nation of Israel has been scattered. As a matter of fact, when you read in like Leviticus, the 26th chapter and verse 33, Yahawashi said, and I will scatter you among the heathen. You know what I'm saying? In Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter and verse 27, you know, and Yahawashi shall scatter you among the nations, you know, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi, man, the Most High has been scattering the nation of Israel. You know, that's what he's been doing, man. That's what he's done, you know. And they're scattered to this very day. As a matter of fact, Deuteronomy 32 and 26, I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. And that reminds me of Psalms 83, man, because that's how that happened. That's how that prophecy came into fruition, man. You know what I'm saying? By way, and the first name, when you read in Psalm the 83rd chapter, it's Edom, man. You know, you Edomites, you self-proclaimed so-called white people, man. You know, and how did you do that? With those whips, man, and chains. What's your name, boy? Toby. You know, he had to give in, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you made us forget who we were, man. You know, but this is that scattering, man. So we go back to Isaiah 11 and 11. Salaki, I'm gonna jump down to verse. What verse was I at? Verse 12. Isaiah 11 and 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, because we're scattered among all nations. I've been bringing out scriptures proving that. and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, man. So that's that dispersion. So they're going to be gathered, man. This has not happened yet. This has not happened yet. This is a end time prophecy, man. So all has not been fulfilled, man. Yahawashi has returned and performed this gathering right here, which we just read in Matthew the 24th chapter. As a matter of fact, which is that second Exodus, which I'll get in the Jeremiah the 16th chapter. There will be a second Exodus, man, out of the spiritual Egypt, just like there was a Exodus out of the land of the physical Egypt, man. And that spiritual Egypt is right here in America, man. That great city spoken of in Revelations 11 and 8, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Jeremiah 16 and 14, and it reads, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahawashi Yahawashi, that it shall no more be said, Yahawashi Yahawashi liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." So it's not going to be said. That's not going to be spoken about anymore. Right now, that's the thing that's still spoken about to this very day. That Exodus out of the land, the physical land of Egypt. But the Most High is saying that that's not going to be the saying anymore, which proves that we're going to still be in earth because something new is going to be said. So we're not going to be in the clouds floating around like some spirits, man, for there to be a new saying. Sayings are right here in the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's going into it says, it shall no more be said, Yahawashi Yahawashi liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse 15. But here's the change, a new saying. Yahawashi Yahawashi liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Where are we at? We're in North America, man. This is the land of the north that he's going to, and this is where the majority of the Israelites are. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, are right here in North America, man. Which were scattered in throughout Central and South America and on into the four corners, man, among all these nations. And they're going to be gathered from all those nations. That's why we read that in Matthew 24 and 31, man. You know what I'm saying? But reading on. And from all the lands, there it is, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. That's everywhere, man, because we're scattered. We went into the scattering. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, which is the land of Israel, because those people in the land today are fakes. They're not the real people. Okay? Now, mind you, because of the scattering, hey, Israel is going to come looking like all these other nations, man. They're going to come looking like Ishmael, which are the Arabs. They're going to come looking like Elam, which are the East Indians. They're going to come looking like Ham, which are the Africans. They're going to come looking like Moab, which is the Chinese, and Ammon, which are the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Even those Khazars over there in the land today, some of them are going to actually be actual Israelites, man. So it is what it is, man. That's scattering, man. We've been scattered everywhere among all people. So it's saying that this is the second Exodus, man. This has not happened yet, for you simple Christians, man. So this is in the book. This is in the prophets, man. I just read to you in Isaiah. Now I'm reading to you in Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, there's another one before I leave and make the next point. There's another one in Isaiah that has not happened yet. Let me make this point real quick. Got to bring this one out. That's in the book of the prophets, man. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. This has not happened yet. In the book of the prophets, man. All things must be fulfilled. All things that are written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. This is Yahawashi. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, Yahawashi Yahawashi will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahawashi Yahawashi shall be many. This has not happened yet, man. Those chariots ain't came back yet. That fire ain't happened yet, man. You know what I'm saying? That second destruction, man. That's what this is going into. You know what I'm saying? This has not happened yet. This is in the prophets. All things must be fulfilled, which proves, this is another thing proving that the laws are not done away with. Now let's get the Psalms. He says in the Psalms too, concerning me. This is Psalms chapter 137 in verse 7, and it reads, remember, O Yahawashi Yahawashi, the children of Edom, man, you so-called self-proclaimed white people. You red Hebrew Edomites, man. You red people, you're not white. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, destroy it, burn it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, the daughter of Babylon, So we know this is talking about something else, but this is talking about America, man, which that made America and you Edomites synonymous, man, which there's other scriptures that do it as well, man, in the book of Jeremiah, man, that makes Edom and Babylon synonymous, man, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. This has not happened yet. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones because of the things that they did to the southern kingdom, feeding their babies to alligators, crocodiles, and to the northern kingdom, man. They were cutting them out, hanging the women upside down, cutting the babies out, little fetuses out of their bellies. They fall to the floor, and then they stomp their heads out, man. That devil Andrew Jackson that's on your $20 bill doing a trail of tears would grab the babies after the Israelite women that just had the babies. That he would grab them by the ankles and bash their little heads against trees, against the trunk of a tree, man. They would throw the babies up and let them just land on the edge of their swords, all kind of madness that they were doing to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and your babies, man, and your children. You know what I'm saying? So these things got to come back, man, because the Lord is a just power. A false balance is abomination. He tells you that in Proverbs 11:1, man, a just weight. You know what I'm saying? False balance is abomination. He's about a just weight. A just weight is his delight, man. So he's going to give that back to his people. How much more for his people, man? You know what I'm saying? So these things, here's another one. This is in the Psalms, man. Didn't he say that in Luke 24:44? Well, this proved, I've given you one out of Genesis, out of the law of Moses that has to be fulfilled. I've given you some out of the prophets that have to be fulfilled. And here's the Psalms that has to be fulfilled, man, which proves that the laws are not done away with, man. And again, as I said previously, the Lord has not returned, man. So that has to happen, man. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. Amen. That has not happened yet. This has to be, as a matter of fact, and that when you go into the book of Acts, the first chapter, in verse 9, this is from this right here, Acts 1 and 9. And it reads, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. That was a chariot. A chariot received him. He got beamed up. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. And those were angels, man. Those righteous angels, man. Verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahawashi, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye seen him go into heaven. So he's going to return the same way you see him leaving is what the angels were telling them, which is what I just read. And I'll read it one more time in Revelations chapter 1 and verse 7. Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. That's the return. That's those clouds. That's the cloud he left in, and the cloud he's going to return in. And every eye is going to see him, and they also which pierced him, which proves also reincarnation, man. He's returning to the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So those people, that the Roman centurions, the ones that put the crowns of thorns on him, spit on him and beat him, pierced him, all these different things, hung him on that cross and crucified him, you're going to pay, man. You're going to see him when he returns. And you 2/3 that said, release Barabbas, man. Crucify him, release Barabbas, man. You're going to see him too. And you're going to wail because I'm going to continue reading. Behold, he cometh with clouds, the chariots, man. So-called UFO is what the chariots are. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, Aman. And that means all kindred, because even you Israelites are going to wail too. You 2/3, man. So all these nations, including you Israelites, you 2/3 Israelites, man, you're going to wail, man, you know, because he ain't coming for lollipop, to hand out lollipops and cotton candy, man, and kisses and Hershey kisses and hugs, man. You know what I'm saying? He's coming to take care of business, man. He gonna drop the hammer when he comes, man. That's why he tells you in Matthew the 10th chapter, verse 34, I come not to send peace upon the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, man. You know? And of course we know that's twofold. He's gonna divide these families, which that's happening as we speak. But it's gonna be a literal putting you people to death, man, maiming and killing you, man. Cutting your head off, turning you to powder, man. You know, as it shows you in that movie, A War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, man. You know, that's what the Lord is going to do when he returns, man. You know, but for you Christians, man, hey, the laws are not done away with. The laws are not done away with. And I think I thoroughly proved that. So stop with the madness, man. You know, so when you read in Matthew, the 5th chapter, you know, that's what that's going into, man. You know, what he fulfilled when he said I came not to destroy, but to fulfill. He did. He fulfilled the suffering, man. That's being that sacrificial lamb to die for the elect of the nation of Israel. You know, and the reason it says that, for verily I say in verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled, is because, as we read in Luke 24 and 44, all things must be fulfilled that are written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning him, man. You know what I'm saying? And I thoroughly went into those things. So the laws are not done away with, man. So, hey, with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Waharakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath Shal Dawadat. Shalom.